Now let's do a problem that has us working backwards from the clues to get to the equation itself. I see the vertices located at plus and minus 40, 0, and I do know that the center has to be halfway between those, which is at the origin. I also can see from this that I'm going left and right 40 units, and that will be our value of A for the distance from the center to the vertices. So right off the bat, I know that I'm going to have x squared over something, and I know x squared is first because I'm going left and right to the vertices, minus y squared over something equals 1. Now we've said we're going left and right 40, so that tells us we're going to have 1,600 beneath the x squared because 1,600 square roots to the 40. We need to find this missing value here of b squared. And that's where the foci come into play. We can see that to get to the foci, we're moving left and right 41 units, and that means that c is equal to 41. So we go now to our equation. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, and that gives us 41 squared, which is 1,681, is equal to 1,600 plus b squared. And we can solve for b squared to get 81, and that's exactly the value we need to finish off our equation. And that equation will be x squared over 1,600 minus y squared over 81 is equal to 1. In this next problem, we have a totally different type of clue where you're told the slope of the asymptotes to the hyperbola. So we kind of need to draw a sketch or figure out what's happening with this hyperbola. Notice that we can find the center halfway between the two vertices. The y value remains the same. The center will be at something, 1. And to find the midpoint between 2 and negative 10, we can add them up and divide by 2. 2 plus negative 10 is negative 8, divided by 2 is negative 4. So the center is at negative 4. We can also determine to go from the vertices to the center, or from the center to the vertices, we are moving left and right 6 units. Negative 4 is 6 away from 2, and negative 4 is 6 away from the negative 10. So we know that this hyperbola is opening left and right, centered at negative 4, 1. That tells me I can begin to find my equation as x minus a negative 4, so x plus 4 quantity squared over something, minus y minus 1 quantity squared over something equals 1. And we do know, because we are going left and right 6, that the first denominator, our x squared, is equal to 36. We need to find what b squared is going to be. Okay, that being the case, let's take a look at what we do know. We know the slope of the asymptotes is 5, 6. That means when we're drawing our representative rectangle, we're going up in the ratio of 5 and over 6. That doesn't mean we're rising 5 and running 6. We could be rising 2.5 and running 3. We could be rising 10 and running 12. But the rise over run, in other words, b over a, is equal to 5 over 6. Now, how do I know it's b over a? B is the rise beneath the y fraction, and 6 is the run beneath the x fraction. So we can see that in this case, cross-multiplying, 6b is going to equal 5a, and that b is going to equal 5/6a when you divide each side by 6. Now, judging from what we know up here, our a value is equal to 6. Therefore, b me rewrite this here. B is going to equal 5/6 of 6, and therefore B is going to equal 5. And we can now substitute that back in, and our value for B squared will be 5 squared, which is 25.